What's going on, everyone? It's time for another action James Bond film review. Today we're going to review the 22nd James Bond film, Quantum of Solace. Stars Daniel Craig and was released by MGM November 14th, 2008. And it was directed by Mark C. Forrester, who did films like A Man Called Otto, Whitebird, World War Z, or World War Z, as it's known in America, and Finding Neverland. This film had a budget of $220 million. So this is an action-packed James Bond film. And it's about, James Bond and M get betrayed by Vesper, who basically is leading a new criminal organization. And so James Bond takes it personally and goes and tries to find out what he's actually doing. And so him and M encounter a very dark and evil Vesper, who is actually trying to cause way more harm than they could have ever imagined. So this is a James Bond movie. It's basically, this is action packed. In the first 45 minutes, you get 4 big action scenes, and then a whole pile of pointless dialogue, and then some more action scenes, and then the movie's over. This is a pretty cookie cutter type of movie. You can definitely tell it's very heavily influenced by the Bourne trilogy or franchise. I can't remember how many movies are in that, but yeah, it's very action oriented like that. And yeah, the staging of the action scenes and stuff is pretty good. The effects are obviously really good in this too. And yeah, it gets pretty crazy, especially within the first 30 minutes or so. The big thing is with this, though, when you have an action scene after an action scene after an action scene, they kind of get repetitive in this, and it just gets really dull. And yeah, it's cool seeing a whole pile of action, but this also came out during the action mecca years where bigger the better and stuff, but then they kind of lost the core values of filmmaking, which is a good story, in-depth characters, and there's none of that in here. It's very opaque type of story. It's very not emotionally driven like most other James Bond films. This one is definitely action driven, and it kind of shows its weakness there, where it gets pretty ridiculous, and when they try to be serious and stuff, it's just toned down dumbness, and it's not really worthwhile, especially when there's not very much character development. So you can't get behind the Bond girls, you can't really get behind James Bond in general in this one. It was kind of a weird, just typical action movie in this case. It wasn't really anything cohesive. The music effects, cinematography, and all that is all there. It's still decent in that sense. But if you look at the writing of the characters and the story, it's definitely really rushed. And overall, it was just a complete mess. And overall, I still thought the action scenes were entertaining and stuff, but I kind of wanted a little bit more story, better characters, and a more cohesive storyline for them to follow than just have a big shoot 'em up scene every 5 minutes. So yeah, some people like films like this. I'm more not really. This is more of a John Wick sort of style, and even though there's more story in those movies. So yeah, I'm gonna give Quantum of Solace a 3 just because it is entertaining still in that, but overall it's very disappointing for a James Bond film. So yeah. If you want to check it out, I'm not sure where it's streaming or anything, so I'll at least link the trailer down below so you can check that out. Also link down below is my Instagram. That's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my stories. Just put the film title in there, some fun factor history thing in there as well. Also my Letterbox is down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms to stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it, comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any films or film franchise in any genre, and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And don't forget to ring that bell, because we're going to do the 23rd James Bond film, Skyfall, in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Don't forget to subscribe so you hear my opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And yeah, we're almost done the James Bond franchise, because I have reviewed the latest one. I just need to do Spectre after Skyfall. So yeah, we're almost done them. So yeah, but also make sure you let me know what your favorite James Bond film is down below. And yeah, watch out for all those crazy hooligans turning their backs against the spies and causing more mayhem than needed. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.